right, hey everybody, we're here again with our orc friend. What was it, Sanglees, something like
Yes,
that.
Sung Lee's,
Yeah,
yeah.
Sunglees. Um, Here to destroy all the jarls and all the dragons. There are no masters in our realm. Um, what the hell am I even supposed to do right now? Like, oh well, wait, we're supposed to talk to the jarl in Whiterun, which I'm assuming is this. Yeah, it's got to be the only marker on our thing, is where we're supposed to go. Um,
Which I guess answers the question I last time. I don't remember was it our botched recording or the live recording, but we couldn't figure out if that first town was Whiterun, but I guess it's not.
yeah, apparently not. But though I was actually thinking about uploading that botch run as like the hidden episode 0.
That'd be
like
funny.
not uploading it to like the main channel, like making like a secret YouTube channel and have like the secret episode 0 for so that
True fans will know.
yeah, my mom can try and find that. Also, dude,
I listen to it on my own every day. I'm like, yeah,
wow,
yeah.
this was so much better. Also, our quality should hopefully, I'm gonna do stamina. Um, our quality for video, I don't know about audio, but at least for video, should be much better this episode because I switched around what we're doing for, I want to do big two-handers. Um,
Oh yeah.
oh, I guess I have to take that first level anyway. Um,
For all I've seen of Skyrim, which I've never watched like a playthrough or a let's play or anything, but I've literally never seen the skill tree. Seeing that screen, I was like, "What is that?"
yeah,
Which is wild, just because this game's been so popular for so long.
yeah, yeah, the design for the skill tree. Also, I'm amazed that like it still takes that like half second to load, like when you go into it. But yeah, the skill tree is really cool looking. How they oh, I guess okay, I can go look at it. It's just very slow. Um, but oh, okay. Oh wow, it is very unresponsive in that. Whatever. I was gonna look at some of the skills, but it's slow and frustrating, so I'm not gonna do that. Um,
Fair.
for anyone curious, no, I'm not going to be playing the game well or optimally in any way. Do not make suggestions. If you make suggestions, I will cry softly for five
I was
minutes
thinking
per
about that
suggestion.
on on the internet. There's no such thing as bad engagement, right? So probably all the incorrect things we'll say throughout this run will get so many just really distraught commenters like, "No, that's not right." And you know what? Thank you.
Yeah,
Tell
right.
us more.
Yeah, yeah.
I bathe in your tears.
I've done a little
You
bit.
handle yourself well. You could make for a decent shield sister.
Oh, hey, I like sisters. I
Yeah, like
actually
Shield Sister, that's a
The outsider.
euphemism.
Never heard the
that's
contenders.
like
In honor of warriors,
the bottom
their
version of
brothers
Battle
and
Axe
sisters in
lesbian.
arms. We show up to solve problems. Cause
Oh,
goodness.
but I actually have done a couple of
Not for me to say. You'll have to
YouTube
talk to
shorts,
Godlike White Mage
and
up
I
in
have
the
found
valley.
that the secret sauce
Old
to
man's got
YouTube
good
shorts
sense,
is to one,
can look in your
upload them in
if
the
you
morning,
want
so
to.
you get in the morning algorithm when people are like getting ready for work and stuff and just want to have, some garbage on to watch. Um,
Mm.
and so you upload them in the morning. And the other thing is you say something that's a little bit incorrect because then people will comment to correct you. And like, yeah, the shorts that I have done that have gotten the most views outside of the ones that are of my cat, are ones where I did something that was a little bit incorrect. Um, and yeah, because people will just hop in the comments and be like, "Oh, you absolute idiot, you buffoon!" And it's like, the yummy engagement.
Tell me more.
Well, then that's the other thing is you comment on them and say something like, that's also wrong, and so then they'll comment again.
So in that vein, in the same energy, is that I've noticed now that the cursor is on the screen, but that, like I said, how many comments can we get of people being like, "You left the cursor on the
Oh, it
screen,"
doesn't. It
versus
doesn't show up
moving
on
the
mine.
cursor. Oh, interesting.
Oh. Well, now comment below if you see the cursor.
Do you see it, or do you not?
I mean, I see the cursor. If you don't see the cursor, there must be something wrong with your computer.
Official business only.
Buy this product today to analyze your computer and find out what's wrong with it. No, we don't get a percentage. Asterisk. We get a flat
Asterisk,
fee.
we get a percentage.
Yeah.
0's a percent. All right, but like really, I don't know enough about numbers and stuff. Does that count? Like, does 0% count as a percent, or does that actually not count as a percent?
I don't know. That's out of my realm of knowledge.
Out of your wheelhouse of
Yeah.
of knowledge. It's not about Fortnite or Pokemon. Yeah, neither of us have any frame of reference because it's not about Fortnite or Pokemon.
Numbers and touch and go.
But like, okay, so really, like, I super like Pokemon, but like, I've only actually played through like 4 of the games, like of the main series games. So it's weird when like family members will ask me stuff about Pokemon, because like they just expect me to know, and it's like, I don't know, like I guess, like yeah, like.
You're like, yes, it means pocket monster, and they're like, that's not what I asked. You're like, good day. I said good day.
I tip my hat to you.
Yeah. Do you keep up with, like, even though you haven't played the games, do you keep up with the new Pokemon that come out? Because I feel like a lot of people don't maybe know, that are huge Pokemon fans, like it's just about having an encyclopedic knowledge of like all the cutest Pokemon that they like.
Yeah, I played through Shield.
Okay.
And I played through Sun. So I've played like the 2 most recent ones. I think those are the 2 most recent main series games, except for Octurius Legends or whatever it was called.
Oh yeah.
But and I do plan on getting either Scarlet or Violet. But I probably won't get them right away when they come out. I'll wait for other people to get it and then get like a physical copy for like half price because someone's selling it.
For sure.
I mostly, my sort of primary engagement with Pokemon at this stage in my life is occasionally buying Pokemon cards as a treat.
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah, because I used to be big into Pokemon cards when I was in middle school. And then that got me into Magic the Gathering. So yeah, I've played a good amount of, tradable card games, and
Nice.
like one of the things with tradable card games that I always liked, because I'm kind of a goofy weirdo.
There are a lot of background conversations in this game.
Yeah, I know. Like there's a lot of talking going on.
Another orc though. Is that always an orc, or is she an orc because we're an orc?
I think she's always an orc. I have no idea though.
Good for you, sister.
Right? Is she an orc or is she like a dark elf or something?
Oh, maybe.
You know about Helgen?
Yeah, that's what I just said. Listen to the words coming out of my mouth.
Yeah, right? Like,
bitch.
like lady, I literally just told you that. Like, did you know this place was destroyed? You know about that place being destroyed? Like, no, lucky guess. But I mean, I do now. Like,
you showed me the options of which to respond. I just picking and choosing here.
But yeah, my sort of one of the, I was gonna just finish this and then we'll talk to the Jarl.
Sure.
One of the main thing. Oh, I was expecting I had to go up and talk to him, not that he would just start shouting at me. But I guess that makes more sense. Fucking Jarls.
That's why they suck.
I know, right? I mean, many other reasons, but that is a primary one. But part of the reason why I buy Pokemon cards is I really love the smell of freshly opened trading cards.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
like it's that, by the way, for anyone else who really likes that smell, it's the UV coating. That's what you're smelling. I used to
Mm.
work at a print shop, and yeah, that's just what UV coat smells like. But yeah, there's just something about the smell of a freshly opened pack of cards that's just like, that's so good. Like, I don't know.
Okay, what else could you UV coat? Like, you get dogs like lick mats or whatever, or babies like texture mat. Could you UV coat something like that and be like, this is my emotional security UV coat object.
Well,
I
that
just need to smell it.
well, that's the thing is that like that smell wears off pretty quickly.
Ah.
Because that like anything that smells, what you're smelling is the molecules subliming away from the thing. I mean, well, anything
Sure.
like that, because obviously if it's a liquid, then they're evaporating. But in this case, it's a solid, so they're subliming. Um,
Mm.
but whatever. I don't even care about this guy. But I'm enjoying our conversation about UV coating much more. But yeah, so anything that you have that has that UV coat smell is going to lose it over time. And the
Sure.
actual like liquid that does the UV coat is way too pungent. Like,
Ah.
it is just like I went to the facility that did our UV coating a couple of times because we didn't do that in house because that involves a whole another set of equipment, and also you have to have all sorts of like hazmat stuff that we didn't want to pay for. Because the stuff's not great for you. Like, it's pretty toxic. Like,
What?
once it's dried and stuff, it's not such a big deal. But when it's in the liquid form, it's not great for you.
Sure.
And yeah, so it's not like you could have like a little like vial of the stuff to like smell, because that would be like also way too pungent. But yeah, that's what it is the UV smell, and it's just something about when you open the pack, that extra little bit that has like sort of like sloughed off in the pack, I think is mostly what it comes from. And yeah, it's like just the perfect amount to smell just right. I could probably put away my sword, but
No, I thought we were gonna kill the Jarl, but maybe not yet.
yeah,
Maybe
probably not yet.
for later.
We're level 2. It might be a little ambitious.
Let's do it.
Also, this guy looks like he's a very nice man. Like, I bet he doesn't do
Yeah.
anything bad or mean at all.
I bet he's in like public relations. Definitely not like a secret other thing.
That's basically what public relations is, right? Like,
Well, sometimes I feel like public relations is either you're the behind the scenes secret person or you're the like press secretary. I guess was what I was thinking of, but yeah.
Well, when I say fetch, I really
I was gonna say I sometimes do watch a streamer, a very big like I don't watch a ton of big streamers, but one that I do watch and enjoy. He does periodically do Pokemon card opening streams, which I know is like a very popular subgenre of itself, where people just buy like boxes and boxes of cards and open them on stream. And yeah, it's just kind of addicting, like just to watch. And he always says like, "Oh, I'm hoping to get." He's constantly trying to get what he calls Fat Gay Pikachu, which
Yeah,
is the
yep.
like rainbow
Yep.
shiny, yeah. And
I got the
just
fat gay Slow King, which isn't worth
Oh, hell
nearly
yeah.
as much. I think, like, last time I looked, I think it was worth like $60 or something. But
still though,
Yeah.
anything fat and gay, I'm here for.
right, big fat gay energies in this this let's
Yeah.
play.
Anyway, yeah, so I get, even though without the smell, I still get, it's just like, it is like low-key gambling, but in a different, I feel like, less troublesome way. But I suppose probably people do get addicted to
Oh
like
yeah.
opening packs and stuff.
Well, like the most insidious thing about gambling and gambling addiction, and this is something they've studied, is that people who have a gambling problem, they get the same level of dopamine hit off of placing a bet as a non-addicted person gets off of winning a bet. So like, but then they also, this is the extra double bonus insidious thing, the dopamine hit that they get from winning is the same as somebody who isn't addicted, like roughly speaking, because obviously we don't you can't get super exact numbers.
Yeah.
But, as best we can tell, so they don't get any special bonus from winning, but they get this sort of like pernicious reward for engaging.
Yeah, it's like a double hit because you said right, same for placing is winning, and then same as winning is winning for the other group. So it's just like you just get it twice, which is I can see why you would be addicted. I'd probably be addicted too.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I actually, there was somebody on Twitter who posted a thing saying, if we're gonna say loot boxes are gambling, are we gonna say that Pokemon card packs are gambling? And I was very pleased to see that like almost every reply was like, yeah, they totally obviously are. Like is that a debate we're having? Because like, yeah, they are. Like like of course they are. Like
Yeah.
There's a nip in the air. Cold won't be good for my crops. Never.
A nip in the air. Oh no.
I know a thing or two about a nip in the air.
There you go. I was like, if I say it out loud, maybe something will come to me, and then I just fell flat. Thanks for picking it up. Solstng, carrying it across the finish line.
Pushing it into the end zone.
Yeah.
Bonks is the quarterback, and I'm the running man. I don't know football. Though I did get Rookie of the Year the one year I played in high school.
Wow. Nice.
Yeah. Which the coach said was mostly due to my attitude. Because like I never missed a practice. I never got angry at my teammates. I was always really encouraging. And he was like, you really were a team player. And that's what you want to see from your rookies. And then I never played football again. I was like, I'm not going to do better than Rookie of the Year. I'm out.
Oh, man. You're like, I just came to steal what was most important from you all. Never again will I show my face here.
I'm here to take what's mine. I'm not playing football with you. You're playing football with me. Oh, shit. Whoa. Okay, that was rad. I don't know how well the stream is going on your side, but like, yeah, the wolf like jumped at me and I stabbed my sword through it and like threw it to the ground, like off of my sword.
Damn. The stream quality is a lot better for me, but a couple like frames drop out every once in a while, and unfortunately that was the set of frames that dropped out, so I didn't see it. So thank you for the recap, because yeah.
I'm close to finding the Iron Battle Axe of Dismay. Ooh, I like that. I've tracked it down to the halted stream camp. It apparently is being guarded by the Bandit Chief. Man, that was like one of those like January Man like T-shirts, like just this like Mad Libs fucking quest going on. Like
some developer for this game created like a script, an algorithm to just like, I'm looking for the sword down at the bandit camp.
Down at the bandit camp.
Yeah.
But yeah, well, I mean, that was a big thing when this game came out, that they like advertised, was that it was gonna have this sort of like endless quest system, where it would generate quests for you to do. Like that was a real big thing, because like this game came out in sort of the height of people being like hours equal game gooder.
Yeah.
Which I'm really glad to see that, we've kind of, at least in some places, gotten over that idea. Most of the best games I've played this year have been like, 20 to 15 hour games.
Yeah. Well, and again, I can't remember which recording I mentioned it, but that I had tried.
Sorry, it's just like, look at that angle. Anyway, sorry, continue.
No, you're good. the only Elder Scrolls game I ever tried was Oblivion, and that's kind of what bounced me off of it, which I know it didn't have the same system, but that like it was so open, and I was like, I don't really get what I'm supposed to do, therefore I'm not going to do anything, and I really didn't play that much of it. And so, yeah, Endless Quest sounds like a nightmare to me. I'm like, no, give me a to-do list and I will complete it, and then I will have completed the game and I will feel good about myself. Yeah, I'm with you. The shorter, the better.
Yeah, yeah. I've gotten really into like short indie games, like especially like short indie horror games. Like are so fucking fun. Like it's just the right amount of like spooky scariness, and then it's over. You know, and then that's done. Like, and you can just like think about the game, like, oh yeah, hey, that was neat. Like, you know, and like a lot of them are a little more artsy and stuff. So you know, they've got like actual like themes and things. Like instead of just being like, you know, monster closet, you know, tomfoolery.
Yeah.
And like so many mainstream horror games are just like so bland to me, because it's just like, oh, jump scare, oh, spooky hallway, like
yeah.
Like there was one I forget what the name of it was, cuz like I guess it was actually like a year ago, cuz I did it in October last year. I did streams where I was playing indie horror games, and there was this one that I played where you're on this like planet where there like used to be like this like scientific like facility thing. And like something happened to it, and you're just kind of like checking it out to see if you can figure out what happened. And like you walk around, and like when you look at the different like areas and parts, it does these like visions basically of like what used to be there and how it used to work and stuff. And then you kind of like snap back to reality, and like the whole time you're thinking like, oh geez, there's going to be like a jump scare, oh geez, there's going to be a monster, and there never is. You walk around in this like weird abandoned place, and you learn all about this like, you know, lost technology that no one understands how it works anymore or what its purpose was, and you learn a little bit about the people who built this or the entities that built this, and then it's over. And it was just such a like, you know, like, oh, that was this interesting, like, you know, that it didn't end up going like, you know, supernatural, like, oh shit, oh my god, holy fuck, holy fuck. Wow, just taking it to him. That's how you handle archers.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was just, it was a neat experience where it was just like, it never got like horrific, it never, you know, had any like blood or guts or anything in it. There was no monster, there was no combat. It was just, yeah, you just walk around in this creepy place and learn about it.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. And I love, like, that's, like you said, like, I feel like so many big budget horror productions, whether it's a game or a movie or whatever, is like, you have to have some big show or whatever. But yeah, I mean, the spookiest thing to me always is the atmosphere. And so to flip that and be like, well, we don't ever have like a big reveal. It's just we leave you in this spooky atmosphere until the end. And then you're like, damn, that was just spooky.
Yeah.
That's great.
Well, and also, like, you know, I mean, like, you know, since like ghosts and shit like aren't real, like that's what actually happens when you go to a place like that. Is like, yeah, it's spooky, and then as soon as you leave, nothing fucking happens. Like, you know, like anything that happened that was spooky was just you building it up in your brain. Like,
yeah.
And so, like, yeah, I really
so true. The
that.
Spookiest part of my life is my brain.
Oh my god, mood. You know, it's taken a long time, but I feel like me and my brain are finally friends.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, there's actually.
So did you pick up? Is this the Great Axe? Sorry.
No. This is like a Warhammer thing that was just on some dead guy. I mean, it's labeled Iron Hammer, so I don't think it's meant to be the axe. But also, like, who knows? A lot of times they mislabel weapons in games and stuff. Like, the amount of times that flails are labeled maces in not just video games, but just in general is infuriating to me. Like,
shameful.
If it doesn't have a chain, it's a mace. If it has a chain, it's a flail. All right.
Get it together.
I
it just looked badass, which like not super badass, but you know, we're like you said, we're like level 2, so I was like, I don't know, this could be a badass enough like reward from a tiny bandit cave, but
yeah,
I think you're right. I think the named weapon is yet to come.
Yeah, it's a Aegis Fang.
This
is from the Drist books. What is I'm trying to remember the barbarian's name. I can't remember his name right now. But yeah, the barbarian's name, damn, I can't remember the dwarf guy's name either. There's the dwarf guy who adopts this barbarian guy as his son, and he makes him this warhammer called Aegis Fang. And it's a throwing, returning great hammer, so he can throw it, and then it just like magically appears back in his hand.
Oh yeah.
And he wrecks shit with that thing. It's so fucking rad. Like, and he does some really clever usages of the throwing, returning, of just being able to make it reappear back in his hand.
Nice.
But yeah, oh man, that I can't remember that character's name now. If you know it, then write it in the comments.
Is this like a comic or a movie?
No,
or...
it's a book series. It's kind of like the sort of like I don't want to say original, but one of the most like well-known like D&D book series.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the main character is named Drist Doerden, and Drist is a dark elf who basically rejects the dark elf culture.
Okay.
And wow. Okay. This. Oh. Oh, what the? Oh my God! Did I just bite him? Did I just like grab
exactly,
him and eat his face? That's what it looked like I did. It looked like I grabbed him and like ate his fucking face. Holy shit, I'm hardcore. God damn. That was fucked up. Oh my God. But yeah, Drist like rejects the drow culture of like sort of like evil and backstabbing and you know, killing other races to appease their spider queen god. And escapes to the surface world, and it's basically about him, you know, trying to survive and like make friends and stuff on the surface world, being a dark elf who everyone inherently doesn't trust. And yeah, the writer R.A. Salvatore is really super good, not just at writing, but particularly at writing combat scenes. Like, it's really easy to follow and visualize what's happening, which makes the books really compelling because, you know, in a lot, and you know, ow, come on, guys. In a lot of books, and yeah, like I said, I have not read a lot of books, but in a lot of books, like, combat scenes and stuff are kind of like, all right, let's get through this, because, you know, it's hard to visualize. But he's really good at writing everything in a way that makes it really easy to visualize what's happening. Also, I'm like, oh, okay, this is probably...
I think it's the... Because you can... Yeah, I think it's 2 snakes in that guy, because there's 2 snakes.
Yeah, I thought I had that one on the right one, but I must have just donked that up.
You bit it and it moved.
Okay, yeah.
Hey.
Hey-oh. But yeah, so like R.A. Salvatore, aside from being a good writer, is also like a really solid dude. Like, he was one of the people that was always really outspoken against the idea of like evil races in D&D, and like, hey guys, I get what you're going for, I understand, all right, but a little bit racist, right? Like, that's a little bit of a weird thing to do, right? Just say that like races are evil, like, right? Like that was part
Yeah.
of why he wrote the Drizzt books, because he didn't like the idea that we're just gonna have whole races that are just evil.
Yeah.
And like in the Drizzt books, there's like a lot of other characters from, you know, like typically like evil races who are just like hanging out or actually like good, you know, good characters that are that help out the good guys. And it's a really great book series. I mean, I listened to it on audiobook, which fuck you, that counts as reading. But I
absolutely.
I read up to like the fifth book, I think, and that was kind of when I sort of started losing interest. But yeah, really cool, really neat stuff. I wish I could remember more of the characters' names. The only ones I remember are Drizzt, Catti-brie, who is a human who is also adopted by the same dwarf that adopted the barbarian guy I talked about earlier. And then there's a sort of villain character, like not really like a villain, like a big like monster, like or even like somebody who is like particularly always like nefarious, but a character that's not on the side of the good guys named Pasha Pook, who is basically like a politician. Okay, calm down. Yeah, Pasha Pook, all right, like rightfully is upset at one of the other characters, because one of the other characters is this gnome who has this necklace that he can use to charm people. And I mean, realistically, in like games and stuff, like if in real life, like charming magic like existed, like that would be really fucked up to use that on somebody. You know?
Yeah.
Where it's like, oh,
yeah.
I can cast this spell and like now you love me or now you agree with me. Like that would be really, really messed up. Like people would like fucking hate your guts if they ever found out you used that like in general, let alone on them. And that's kind of how it's treated in the books. And yeah, this guy, this gnome character has this magic necklace that can charm people, and he uses it on Pasha Pook to get his way more than a few times. And Pasha finds out about it and is like, "Hey, yeah, can we like kill that guy? Cause fuck him." And yeah, basically tries to exert her influence to get him murdered. Which, like, you know, like, maybe we don't need to necessarily murder him about it, but, you know, like, definitely not something that I'm okay with just letting stand. Like, charming people with magic is pretty fucked up when you think about it at all.
Yeah.
Oh.
We just recently rewatched all of Buffy, and there's the one witch character, Allison Hannigan's character, she does that towards the end with her girlfriend. She tries to magic her girlfriend to forget about the fight that they had.
Oh, no.
And yeah, they do a really good job of portraying like, wow, that is deeply fucked up.
Yeah.
Fuck you. And they break up over it, and it's like very sad, but yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, like, valid. Like,
Yeah,
yikes. That is yikes.
Yeah.
Well, like, I mean, I guess I'm just thinking kind of like along the same lines of like having a, was that a lockpick I picked up? I thought it was a lockpick, but now I don't think it was.
Thought I saw it from one of the dead bodies. I thought you got one.
No, whatever. I don't care. But just like, you know, having main characters do kind of fucked up shit. In Adventure Time, there's that whole arc where Finn keeps having what are clearly meant to be like sexual dreams about Flame Princess. And he gets all like fucking weird about her in real life, and they end up breaking up because he's, you know, being a fucking weirdo about like, you know, what is basically like sex stuff, which for a 13-year-old boy totally makes sense. Like, you know, I always really thought that was so cool how like they have this storyline where they, you know, in the thinnest possible veil talk about like, you know, being sexually weird towards somebody, and it's the main character, and he comes down on the wrong side of the whole situation and has to like grow and learn and move past that, you know, these weird desires and understanding them. And like it's, you know, like several seasons later that he talks to Flame Princess about it and apologizes and is like, hey, you know, that was messed up what I did, like I'm sorry that I did that. And like that's such a, especially for a kids show, like that's such a cool thing that they put that in there, that like, hey, you know, I mean, one, that like anyone can do that sort of thing, you know, like even if you're the hero, even if you're the one everyone's rooting for, you can still end up doing messed up shit to somebody. And that, you know, that doesn't mean, like, the biggest thing to me that had was that it's like, that doesn't mean that you're just evil. That doesn't mean that you're just bad. That doesn't mean like you're a wicked person because you know, did this messed up thing one time. Like you can still grow and change and, you know, learn to, you know, be better. I thought that was such a great storyline and such a great message in that show.
Yeah, hell yeah. I gotta say, not to bring it back to Skyrim too much because we don't care about this game, but did you just kill the guy that you freed, or did he die from something else?
He died. Well, there's a switch here.
Yeah.
So yeah. He got killed by I probably shouldn't have demonstrated that way because that thing almost killed me too. But here we actually have hit what we had talked about being episode time. So sign off message
is here. Goodbye from Bonks. Haha.